Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a HomePod mini stereo review. Now, I've owned one HomePod mini for about a month now, and to be honest, I was really amazed by how good the sound quality was for such a small device. I've also owned a regular size HomePod and that thing sounds insane. So what I'm really curious to see is if the HomePod mini stereo setup sounds like the equivalent of a full-size HomePod. Now, if it does, that's great news, because instead of buying a HomePod for $300 US, you can buy two HomePod minis for $200 US, and if the sound quality is the same, you're saving $100 and you get a really good sounding speaker. So let's go ahead and put this guy in a stereo setup with the HomePod mini that I have currently, and then we will get to the sound testing. Now, this was the fun part of opening the first one. It's this box that kind of just like falls into place here. I really like the design they went with, so having two I think just makes it look a little bit better, a little bit cleaner beside your TV. I'm personally going to use this with Apple TV with AirPlay, and I'm hoping the stereo setup sounds really good, so let's go ahead and pair these guys. Setup process is pretty simple. You bring your phone towards the speaker, you choose the location, stereo pair. I chose mine to be on the left, and then you can share the settings. And then you basically just set it up, basically pair it. You scan the top of the screen to pair it to the phone as well. And then done. That's pretty much it. Now you can use a stereo pair. So here's the HomePod on the right, and there's the HomePod mini on the left. So I had to get a spare pair of ears over here to do an actual testing of the speakers. So I'm going to be using my phone, airplaying the music into the stereo set over there, and then we'll just kind of give a reaction of how we think it sounds. Airplaying in 3, 2, 1. Let's see. Okay. Let's make it a little bit louder. Sounds really clean, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go a little bit louder. This is full blast. Song number one, that sounded pretty good. Like, it sounded really clean. And what did you think about it?
I mean, it sounded pretty good. I like the bass of it though. Yeah, it was really nice and clean.
Yeah, the bass, I think with one, like just alone, doesn't sound like amazing. Like, it's nothing, you know, crazy. But when you have two, you know, that bass that wasn't the greatest with one, when you have two, it makes it a little bit better, that's for sure. Now let's try a song with actual singing in it, like actual words. Let's see what that sounds like here. Sounds decent. That fills the room pretty decently. Like, I'm talking pretty loud just so that you guys can hear me. Okay, so we're going to try one more song. I'm going to start with no volume and just drag it slowly all the way to full blast. Alright, so here we go. In my opinion, I think that sounds pretty good. For $200, that's a really good sounding, you know, stereo pair of speakers.
For the size of these speakers, like, they're really small. So with like that great of a sound for two of them, that's pretty impressive to me.
The only real downside with the stereo pair is they don't go like super loud. Like, the sound quality is loud by all means. Like, if you're hosting a party or something, like, it's definitely going to be a good stereo setup. But if you're like wanting it blasting and like, you know, filling up the entire house, I don't think it's going to cut it. That's the only reason why I would go to like a regular size HomePod and pay the $300. But if you're looking for sound that maybe, you know, connects to the TV or have it in the background or just have a really really good sounding stereo speaker setup for like everyday use, this is going to sound really good. I just wish it could go a little bit louder, but other than that, the sound quality was really good. It was really crisp. I would say for 200 bucks, that's probably worth it. Like, it's not anything, you know, over the top. I've done a regular size HomePod stereo setup and that thing is insane. And to be honest, it's so insane that I don't even utilize it to the full potential because that thing gets super loud. The full size HomePod, in my opinion, still sounds just a little bit better. Now, that's not to discredit the minis by any means at all. They are great sounding speakers, but I would say if you want a speaker that's really loud and sounds really good, the extra $100 might be worth it. But if you are looking for just good sounding speakers with that spatial awareness for a good price, the HomePod Mini in a stereo setup is going to be for you. I would say the HomePod Mini stereo setup is pretty much perfect. Like, it goes to that perfect volume, unless, like I said, you need it blasting. Like, let's say you own like a gym or something and you want something to fill up the whole gym. HomePod Mini probably isn't the way to go, but if you're just a regular person in a house or an office or something, a stereo setup of these is going to just be perfect. It works really well with AirPlay too, which is one of the main ways that you're going to use this speaker since it is an Apple speaker and it's not actually Bluetooth. Overall though, really good sounding speakers. Like, just one of them alone sounds pretty good, but I would only recommend to use one if it's maybe in like the kitchen or a bedroom or something. Stereo, I would say it's like if you want to listen to music or just like pairing it with your Apple TV and AirPlaying the sound. That's when I would personally use a stereo setup. Like, that's what I'm going to use them for right now. Really awesome sound. It just doesn't go like over the top loud with sound quality like through the roof. Really crisp sound for the price. I would almost compare this to like a Beats Pill because you're kind of like around the same price range. To be honest, I really enjoyed it and I cannot wait to use it pretty much every day. But that is essentially it for the video. It costs about $200 US to have this setup and I think it is worth it. And then, like I said, if you want an absolutely crazy setup, then you go with the HomePod stereo because that just gets to an insane level of sound and sound quality. But that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. Lots of content coming, so make sure you guys stay tuned for more. Other than that, I hope you guys all have a great day and I will see you guys in the next video.